So everyone, welcome back to Sadhika Udhar from Extra Coding YouTube channel. So friends, in today's video we're gonna learn generators. So hope you remember iterators and iterables, right? So suppose if I have a list with some numbers in it, right? So it is an iterable, right? And well, let me show you that part only. Yeah, this one. So if you'll see, a list is iterable, right? And the functions like map, filter, and like that are iterator. And list, tuples, sets, dictionaries, strings, they all are iterables, right? So for iterating on an iterator using for loop, we do not have to change it into iterator, right? Because it is already an iterator. So we can just simply use next function on it, right? But when we are working with this iterable, we have to change it to iterator using iter function, as you can see here, right? And this is and then we can use next function on iterators, right? That is the converted list. So here's the difference between iterable and iterator. Iterable is an object that user can iterate over, right? And iterator is an object that helps user to iterate over another object. So here, as you can see, list is the one on which user is iterating, and here map is the one on which helps user to iterate over this list. As you can see, map function is helping user to iterate over list, so it is an iterator. So here's the difference between iterable and iterator. Hope you remember it, but I just made you revise because in generators we will use iterator and iterable, and without iterator and iterable you will not be able to understand the use of generator. Okay, now let's remove it. Well guys, generators are same like list, but now you'll think that if generators are same like list, then what's the need of making a generator? We can also make a list. So the difference is that when you make a list, the whole list gets added to the memory, and it occupies space. Obviously when there will be whole list, so it will occupy more space. But in generator, so let me just write, if there's a list, then it will whole list get added, right? Let me just comment this out. Okay, so wait a second. Yes, and here let me just write this also, that it occupies more space. Okay, now in case of generator, only one value at a time is added to the memory. Okay, means suppose if I have a list here, right? So here this whole list will get appended to the added to the memory, right? But here in generator, first one will get added, and then you can work with this one, and after you will you are done working with this one, and after that when you will ask for the second value, then only it will give you the second value, and now the first value will get deleted and the second value will replace it. Okay, this is how it works. So first you asked for the first value, it gave you. Now it will, when you will ask for the second value, it the second value will replace the first value. So hope this is clear, right? So this is why we use generators. Now let's make our own generator. So define my func, and here we will write, we will give a parameter, let's give it n, and now here we will write for I in range 1 comma n plus 1. So why I have written n plus 1? Hope you know it, that it will be n minus 1. So if I have written n plus 1, so it will be 1 comma n, right? That's why. Now here we will print I. Now if I call my function my func c, oh sorry, here let's give the function to be n to be 10. Okay, c 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9 10. Okay, so it was an iterator. Now if you want it to be a generator, what can you do? You can use yield function here. Okay, now if you'll run it, it won't print anything because we haven't printed anything yet. So print like this. See, a generator object has been created. So now this generator is an iterator, right? So here now we can iterate over it. So for iterating over it, we can use for loop. Okay, so here we'll write for I in my func 10, and here we will print I. So as you can see here, it has iterated over our generator that was generated by our function myfunc, right? So but now if I again copy and paste my function, paste my for loop here, so now you'll see that, see, it has printed 2 times. But if I make a variable here, num is equals to myfunc 10. Okay, and now let's give number here. So here now if I run it, you'll see that it is working only once, right? But as you can see here, I have used for loop 2 times. So why is it working only one time? Because we have already used all the values of our generator and now there's nothing in my generator, right? So that's why we can only use it one time. So hope that's clear. Now let's see generator comprehension. So generator comprehension is same like list comprehension. Okay. So here, suppose if I have a list here. So SQ is equals to here. Let's make a list I 2 and here we will write for I in range 1 to 11, right? So this is a list. Now if I print it, you'll see it will print a list. See, right? But for making it a generator, the only thing we have to do is like this. We have to convert square brackets into round brackets. See, generator object, right? So now our generator has been created. Now we can use it as a generator. Here also we can use for loop only one time, right? So here let's write SQ as a generator is stored in SQ, that's why. Now if I run it, see, it is working only one time, right? Why? Because after this for loop all the values have been deleted. As I told you that this first value will get deleted and the second value will replace it, right? So that's why we can use for loop only once. So hope that's clear. So right, that was all about generators. So as I already told you the difference between list and generator. In list, whole list will get added to the memory and it will occupy more space. Whereas in generator, only one value will be there at one time. When you are done with the work of first value and you will demand for this next value, then the next value will replace the first value, right? So this was the difference between list and generator. And here's how we make a generator using yield function, and we can use uh, iteration on generators only once because they are a type of iterator, right? And once we iterate over them, all the values will get deleted just because of this, because the next value will replace the first value, so all the values will get deleted and thus we can only use it once. And here's how we make a generator comprehension. The only difference between list comprehension and generator comprehension is the brackets. In list comprehension we put square brackets, whereas in generator comprehension we put round brackets. So hope that's all clear to you. See you soon in my next video guys. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.